There's a gentleman by the name of Michael White, and he started doing research and came up with how protests are now futile. And I actually agree with him. My dissertation, by the way, was on protest theory and social mobilization.
So why are protests futile now?
Well, it comes back to something I read a long time ago that I've never been able to find again. And it is that protests in an economic system are the ways to pacify people who are aggrieved. So if I let you protest, I make you feel that I'm listening to you.
Right, and you give me an outlet to get that energy out of my system. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
And what happens after a protest? You go back to business as usual.
Yeah.
So we need to understand, I'm envisioning a map in my head right now that's like an engine. And the engine, doesn't an engine, a literal engine, have meters and systems by which the energy that is overbearing gets released?
Mm-hmm.
And it's only by doing that that the same engine is allowed to keep working and functioning.
You know what is so funny? This guy Watson, he got charged for sedition, and at the same time, while they're having talks about this sedition law being, antiquated and only there to control people, they still went ahead and charged him for it. So it's like, on one hand, we say, now we have to change this law. On the other hand, we saying, while it's here, we're going to use it to hold you back, right?
I'm glad you saw that.
And the funniest thing is that what is the point of, how could a protest ever give you any results if you have sedition as a law? Because you cannot have any successful protest without sedition.
Not only sedition, think of all the other means by which protest is capped so that it never reaches to fruition to bring around change. You have to ask for permission. How much change can you ask and expect if you have to ask the person who created the problem to allow you to protest?
Yeah, exactly. So protests were there as as one of the means for like checks and balance.
Yeah.
To sort of balance the system when it's so imbalanced that you now lost all your power.
That's
It's like a sort of
That's correct.
like a last resort. You could go and in a mad frenzy grab back some of that power, but now you have to go and in that mad frenzy calm yourself down and ask them, can you hand me back some of this power, please?
I'm glad you said what you did.
So it doesn't make sense to have sedition as a problem and still think protests will make sense in this country.
I think protest, again, is also a way to... Something you said just gave me an idea, but I'm losing it. But if I were to stylize the facts of what protest does and how it is futile, that might be something I need to do. But one is that it's a foil.
Yeah, so, well, the thing is, protests aren't inherently futile, but the system has noticed why it was effective, and I guess systematically put in laws to now make it ineffective. So if you want to have a legal protest, there's no such thing as an effective legal protest. There's no way a legal protest could be effective with the laws that they have put in place. Sedition being one of them.
That's a good point, but also let me say this. I actually think protests have been futile. And one of the biggest examples I come up with is the civil rights movement in the U.S. Why, if we went through civil rights, did we see the repeat? And have we ever seen the stop of the murder and assassination of people willy-nilly by white people or the police?